7 defensive coordinators for the Bengals to consider. All right. Can we send this list to Mike Brown? And we tell him that he has to choose one? Oh, no. On a real note, when it comes to Lou, again, I think you get a good GM in here. Promote Zach Taylor. Get an actual coach in here. Fire Frank Pollock. I think then the defense will look a lot better. And I think the defense will make a lot more sense. But, yeah, that's all easier said than done. Anyway, so let's talk about it. Big name NFL guys. Robert Saleh. Here's what I'll say about the Robert Saleh one, right? This is actually not a bad idea. And listen, okay, I know I probably just lost half the people. Saleh is not a good head coach, and I don't think he is. But Aaron Rodgers is also very much a tainting situation. And Aaron Rodgers doesn't help anybody at all. And he's the first to throw people under the bus. Robert Saleh is a great defensive mind. He really is. And I'm not saying that he should be our defensive coordinator. Our head coach. But I'm okay with a defensive coordinator. I don't think it's a bad idea to give Robert Saleh a chance. That could be a really, really good option there. No. Maybe don't send this list to Mike Brown. Because he's going to see Matt Eberflus and go, hey. Now, Matt Eberflus is a good defensive mind. But I don't want him as anywhere close to our team. What we're trying to fix and improve on, Matt Eberflus brings it right back to the basics. He brings us right back to square one, and that's the problem. So, I'm good. No, Matt Eberflus. Okay, we got the Vikings guy. Up-and-coming NFL guys. That's what I like a little bit better. The defensive back coach for the Chargers. The Broncos defensive backs coach. College coordinator, we got Tosh. Defensive coordinator / linebacker for Oregon. Linebackers coach for Oregon. Bryant, defensive coordinator / linebackers, Indiana. And that's actually it. Wow. I guess they only said 7, but okay. I'm kind of okay with Robert Saleh. Why am I okay with Robert Saleh? I'm kind of okay with it. I really think that situation in New York came down to Aaron Rodgers wanting to blame somebody. And he put the blame toward him. I think if you just let Robert Saleh do what Robert Saleh does, which is, again, just be a defensive coordinator and use his defensive mind, he'll be very successful. But he also took Zach Wilson and made him look like a better quarterback than freaking Aaron Rodgers. So, maybe that's another thing to talk about. Anyway, I don't know. I kind of, out of all these options, I'm probably going Robert Saleh. I don't think it's the greatest option in the world, but I think it's an option where if you're going to move on from Lou, that's the option. And this is why, again, I will repeat, I'm going to give Lou another year. One more year, one last year for Lou. And yes, a lot of it is because of the options available. You're just not jumping out of your pants or jumping out of your space boots for these options. But for the most part, out of these 7 options we're talking about here, you're not going crazy. So, give Lou another chance, but also fix the GM and potentially promote Zach Taylor for the head coaching job and get an actual guy in here to get the job done. That's kind of where I am right now when it comes to this. Again, it is what it is. We'll find out what ends up happening this offseason, but if you don't file Duke Tobin as, our GM here, here's what the problem's going to happen. Let me show you. I'm going to show you what is going to happen if we don't file Duke Tobin. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, we have 9th overall pick. That's cool. Wow, there's a lot of good players available. A safety, a tackle. Okay. Nice. Sanders is available. No, I'm just kidding. He's not going to take Sanders. No, he'll probably end up taking a tackle in the first round. And we won't take defense in the first round. That's what's going to end up probably happening. Because he's not good at drafting. He's not good at drafting. We need an actual guy in here who knows how to draft and can draft very, very well and actually get us to, start to develop this team in the back end. Not just the starters, but also backups that can be starters. Now, if he did draft, if Gentry's on the board, I'm taking Gentry. I know, again, I go against everything I just said because I would go defense no matter what in the first round this year, except for Gentry. It's either edge rusher or Gentry. And because we know already Travis Hunter's first overall pick, that's guaranteed. But it's Gentry if you're not going with a pass rusher. It's a pass rusher or Gentry or maybe a corner. But the offensive line this year for the first round isn't really the greatest. So it's like, again, this draft is so janky. It's not a great draft. And because of that, I'm kind of torn. We have the 9th overall pick here. We're probably going to have a worse pick by the time we get to the draft. Gentry is my pick if he's on the board. But if he's not on the board, again, you can go linebacker, you can go edge rusher. I'm so torn between receiver because imagine that we take a receiver in the first round, right? And we don't utilize him. And he becomes the next Jermaine Burton. And we do the same thing with Jermaine Burton. We take a receiver and it becomes the same situation. I don't know if we could handle that. I don't know if we could handle letting the front office take a receiver and then absolutely do nothing with him. We're going to lose all of our hair. Like, we're going to tear our hair out of our head because we can't stand it. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. Or we could handle it in general as a fan base. No more receivers first round. I just can't do it. But there are some really good receivers, by the way. If McMillan is available, oh mama, he is a field stretcher. I would love to have him. But again, like I said, just can't do it. But there are really some good receivers available. I'll be honest with you. There are some really good receivers. Peace out.